Welcome back, everyone, to Banished. We are here in Folsonville. It's late winter of year 4, and we're going to take a look around and see what we want to accomplish. I know we discussed a few things last episode. We're going to go ahead and let the game play. We're still low on firewood and logs, which means I need to kind of look at maybe developing into this area for more firewood. A forester's lodge. I know we have one here. And we're cutting and planting. I think I'm going to actually stop cutting soon. You need about a good 3 years to let the growth, fill in completely. And I don't know. I still am in the habit of letting that happen before I start to harvest the area. Whether or not I'm right or wrong is I still believe remain to be seen, and that's fine. But in the meantime, the problem I have is I don't have enough logs. So as you can see here, we're getting a lot of full growth. We still have some stones. Let's see if they're clearing those out for us. Not at all, because they're not cutting anything down. So apparently, well, that's interesting. So apparently, if they aren't cutting, then they're not going to be removing anything, including the other materials that they would normally remove. So I guess we should keep that in mind. That's good to know. But we've got people gathering food, and we've got people living here and making kids, and that's good news. And we're hunting. And how are we doing with our hunting? We're coming up with a decent amount of stuff. That's good. Maybe we should look at putting in that market. I'm a little hot to trot on that. I don't want to jump too far ahead on that, because I know that if we don't have enough lumber, it's not going to do us any good anyway. So I think, you know what, maybe let's go ahead and actually we'll put in another Forester's Lodge. And this might be a decent area. It's south, but it's not crazy south. But since I think I want to grow north, who knows? Let's start with here for now. We'll put it in here in this clearing, maybe. We'll see what the circumference is with the resources. So let's go in here and let's take a look at our Forester's Lodge. Now, if I put it right in there, we run a little bit into the river, but you know what? We're surrounded by areas that aren't able to grow anyway. So you know what? This might work. Let's get right on the edge, and I'm going to rotate it this way. No, you know what? I won't either. Bam. We'll put that down. And we'll get these people in here. And I think that, you know what I might do? I might have the laborers go ahead and clear this whole area. Because we have two more that are building. Yep, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Let's get them in here. And let's take this area out completely. And then we will have all new trees growing as this lodge is completed. And to make things easier for the forester himself, I'm going to go ahead and put a house down too, so he can live where he works. Boy, that doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun, does it? So let's go right there. I don't know, I only live about 1.5 miles from my business, and as much as I enjoy the walk to work sometimes, especially on sunny days, getting out of town is just a necessity because I'm always in my town. So, what do we got going on here? Oh, that's right, we had a hill. Because I want to connect this road. I want to have a nice speedy walkway. I could go through this way, but I don't think I like the way that looks. Let's just take a peek and see. If we hold the shift key, it'll pull out a diagonal. That works for me. Let's zoom in. Kind of move around a little bit. Because where did I... Yeah, it's left off right there. I can do this. And then I can just go in... Whoops. And delete some of this road here, which is also what we're going to do. We'll take our remove road tool, and I think we're good right there. And if I have to come back in and patch anything, I will. At first, I wasn't overly fond of the diagonal roads and how they step down. If you haven't seen that, that wasn't a great representation. I'm not going to build it here, but it does a diagonal step pattern. And if you're used to other city building games, usually we have nice smooth diagonals, we have nice smooth curves. And you're not going to get that here. And at first it really bothered me, but you know, I've been tinkering around in my other game, and or the other map of this game, and I've kind of grown used to it, and it doesn't bother me at all anymore, which I suppose is a good thing. So Taylor is out of supplies, so we're going to need more leather. We're going to need... How many hunting cabins do I have? Well, I've got 2, and I've got 6 hunters, so we're producing about as much as the land will let us, but that's okay for now. You know, we don't have to panic about how much leather do we have. I'm guessing no. We have 32 hide coats, So that's the good news. I mean, we've got plenty of coats. And the blacksmiths reached the tool limit. That's good news, too. Yeah, we are going to have to get in on putting that trading post in. Look at that. They've already got this cleared out as far as removing the resources to put down, well, the footprint of the Forester's Lodge and the wooden house right next door. That's excellent. And they're starting to cut down these trees. And that'll build us up a nice stockpile while this takes, like I said, a good couple, 3 years. This one's almost, am I cutting and planting? I am cutting and planting, so this one we're making, well, we're getting some logs. 25 a season, that's not very much, but when you have 3 of these in full swing in a full growth area, we should be okay. And this one's going to be, soon I'm going to have these guys cutting as well. You know what? Let's just do that now. We'll have them cutting and planting, that's fine. And then shortly I'll probably bring in my laborers to clear out more stones to make room for more trees, because as we know, the Forester's Lodge will do it, but they don't do it nearly as quickly or efficiently, so we'll probably speed that process up. Probably concentrate on this area first, get all the trees out of here, get the stone and iron out of here, then we'll worry about clearing the area to the north here, taking care of that. In the meantime, I think we're going to have enough lumber to go ahead and build that that trading post. Not the trading post. Yes, it is the trading post. I'll figure it out eventually. Right there, trading post. So let's put this here and see where we can fit it, because, well, we're good anywhere we want to go for the most part. It's a matter of how close do I want it. I think we'll go one off the fishing dock. I can't get that road to line up with the fishing docks road, but that's alright, we can step that down. So let's go ahead and let's put our trading post right there. And now we'll have to set some supplies to be stored here for trade. And what we're going to be looking for mainly, or what I want to look for, is I think I mentioned before, sheep, and then maybe some new seeds, particularly apple, so we can grow some new crops and those sorts of things. So let's take a look. We're going to be clearing this for a minute, and they're building this. Let's go ahead and bump up our builders a couple. Give us 5 and 5, that'll help. And this will be up in no time. And this will be up pretty quickly too, I think. So we're doing well there. We've got rain, but we always seem to have rain. I know that it's secular, but man, we get a whole lot of rain in this game. I'm almost convinced this is the Pacific Northwest of America. This is where this takes place, just because of the weather you get. Maybe even closer to Vancouver than Seattle, but who knows? Something like that, it almost seems. So we can see trees falling down there. That means that they're doing their job, and that makes me happy. What's our gatherer doing out here? The gatherer out here is doing really well. Hunter out here, doing pretty well too. He's even bringing in logs. I think I mentioned that before. So everybody's helping everybody, and these are not overlapping. That's great. It just pretty much takes out that ridge. Well, but they're not overlapping, and so that's good news. So we won't be encroaching on the other one's territory as far as producing more trees. So that's good news. Now this probably will not be started until the other ones are. Well, they already are. Nope, they're getting logs going. That's good. They're probably just bringing them from the stockpile right here, because it's so close. It'll be a quick, easy build. So that's good. And out here, there's not a whole lot going on. It's just basic stuff. We're kind of doing one step at a time. I don't want to move too fast and outgrow the resources I have. Although it looks like food's doing pretty well, I'm going to go ahead and put down another house right here. And let's see. Let's put it right there. So we'll get some more people moving in. Because the more people we have, the easier things are going to be. Because I want to up the amount of farmers at some point. Definitely gatherers, which I will do as soon as this area is cleared. I think we're going to update the amount of gatherers, because I want to make sure our food is doing well. And of course, Henry, my cat, wants to make sure food is doing well, apparently. We're almost there. We're almost there. This one's complete. We've already got a gatherer and a forester, which makes sense. That's excellent news. It really is just working out smoothly. So much so that it kind of spooks me a little bit. And we'll have this go. Yeah, we've got some builds going on. So you know what? We're going to take... Let me think. Well, we're almost done here. We're almost done with this, well, no more knotty either. Look at that. We had stone and iron. I'm looking at the logs and I'm getting excited because I can't wait to start trading for things. Even though, I don't know, maybe it's the little things that kind of make you happy. And then maybe we'll drop a market in, or we could put the market over here if we decide to build this area up. I'm not sure yet. Or here. I think here might be a better idea, because then we could move some of these buildings to the north as I was discussing. But getting a market in would be good. That kind of helps eliminate the need for a barn. It has a lot more storage, which is pretty cool. So, and then we're going to look at getting into... Oh, good, we have another laborer. What else are we going to be looking into? I had something in mind and I lost it. Well, definitely a tavern. Got to put a tavern down at some point. So, that's going to be in the future, hopefully sooner rather than later. So I have upped our foresters. We only had 2, which is going to go for slow moving. So I've upped them from 2 to 6. So now each station has 3 people. I guess for now I should work on just planting, since we have our laborers clearing this area out. So I'm going to make that change. But now we have, I was confusing, and sometimes I do this because I'm still getting used to all of the newer icons. Hunters and foresters, and I don't know why that would be. Obviously, there's 2 completely different professions, but sometimes I just get a mix-up. So, like herbalists and gatherers. So, but that's okay. So now we've got more foresters, and hopefully that will help with getting our trees replenished and harvested in a quicker fashion. And over here, we definitely are going to need more leather. We might have to put in a hunter's lodge. Hunting cabin. Let me think, where would I go with that? We could continue to expand north. Maybe we'll do that. We have spare builders and we have a couple laborers, and if we balance it out, that might work out well. So let's look at putting down a hunting cabin up here. Now before I do this, there's some movement right there. I see some deer. There's a whole bunch of them right there. So I'm going to kind of put it in this area so that, as you can see, the circle, it goes right to the edge of the river, right to the edge of the... Is that going to overlap? Is there one down here? We're so close. No, I have... This is a forester's lodge, a gatherer, an herbalist, a wooden house. So I don't have any hunting here. The closest one is here. So that... Oh, that may overlap just a little bit, because that comes up to about this rock line here. So let's see, if I were to put that down, it overlaps a little bit more than I want to. So you know what? So let's go up here instead. We'll put it right here. Let's rotate it this way, and we'll put that down. And then we'll get some more hunting. Because I want the resources, I want the food, and I definitely want the leather. And these are doing, everyone's just doing well. Everybody's just kind of doing their thing. These are built, which is excellent. Boy, they already have a kid. Not a lot to do out here in the middle of nowhere. So they're making other laborers, teachers, who knows, woodcutters, could be anything at this point, so that's good. Clearing out this area, as you can see, and that's working out. So, what do we got? Building going on over here. Our trading post. Look at that. She's almost done. And look at this water. I'll tell you what, that really looks fantastic. And there it is, our trading post. Now, of course, we have to assign someone to work at the trading post, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's bring in one person. No, not up the amount of people. Let's bring in one person. And I'm going to go ahead and obviously drop my builders because I don't need them. I don't have as much going on. From here, what I want to do is, I'm going to bring in, to start, hopefully, let's type in 50 leather and 50 iron tools. And then I also want to bring in, I noticed that herbs can be a hot commodity. So I might, depending on how many spare we have, I might bring in some herbs here. Let's check the barn. Oh, we've got 240. We're doing fine. So let's go right ahead and let's bring in 100 herbs just in case. And iron I would like to bring in too. You know what? Let's bring in 50 of those. Now that's going to put it, actually, you know, let's wait on that. Only because that's going to put a heavy tax on our tools. So we'll get this going, and then hopefully by the time somebody comes to trade, we'll have something to offer. And he's working away now, and they'll bring things from the storage over to the trading post. And I want to make sure that we're ready to go, so I want to try to get a jump start on all the things we need. Like, I might have to start harvesting this iron up here to make sure we have plenty of that to make the tools. How are we doing down here? They're still clearing stuff out down here, so I don't want to hand them too many tasks at the same time, because I'm afraid that if I do, they won't. It'll just take so long to get done. Where did I put that son of a gun? It's up here somewhere. I can't find my hunting cabin. I don't know where I built it. Oh, there it is. If you click around long enough, boy, that really was camouflage, wasn't it? If you click around long enough, and unfortunately nothing has happened here, so I'm going to try thinking. I don't know how correct I am in doing this, but if you come to this menu here, this area, this arrow, the increased priority, I like to highlight this area, and I let go, and it seems to me that it works, that it's going to get people out here quicker to start taking care of this, because I do want to get a move on that. And then I might start putting some other, maybe we'll build a little bridge up here, and we'll put some other residents up here at some point too. That could be fun. Let's see. So we've got, well, look at all the people milling about. They're like ants. They're really doing their thing. We look like ants from above. And they're still cutting down trees. We got piles of lumber here, so that's good. I'm assuming he's not, yeah, we're not going to have any harvesting at all, because he's just planting, which is what I want. And we can see all the little saplings coming in. And once this area gets nice and full and lush in a couple more years, in-game years here, we'll start cutting and planting at the same time, which is exactly what he's doing. And over here, same thing. This area seems so much more full. What are we doing on production? About 30 logs a season. Man, that's not a whole lot. Well, when we get 3 of them in full swing, maybe we'll see what that does. And in the meantime, of course, I'm going to keep doing some research and finding out the best ways to make that happen. Of course, the easiest way to make it happen is just to start going in and tearing stuff out, which I don't mind doing, but usually I like to have a little bit of a plan, because I would hate to come in here and tear all this out. Now, even if you take it all the way down to the ground, little saplings will still grow. They just will not grow at the rate that you would like, and our reserve of tools is low, and it's probably because we just took them all, and we moved them all in here. So not to panic, because we have the resources, or we don't. Okay, looks like we do. Gathering the iron. They fill this first. We've already got our herb, we've got most of our leather, we have our iron tools, so in here it's going to show us that we only have 1 iron tool, because we kind of depleted our resource. We have plenty of coats, which is good news. Pardon me. But he's working away at that, so we're going to need more iron. And there is iron right in here. So I'm going to unfortunately pile on the workload for our laborers, and we're going to clear the iron out of there. Is there any in here? None. I didn't think so. That looked like stone. So we're going to have them get in on that. And let's see how we're doing on our hidden cabin up here. I lost it again. This thing is so camouflaged. There we are. I saw a tree fall because they're removing it. That was my clue. And you see how they are now coming in here, and they're getting this stuff gone. They're really going on that. And I could probably bring that road directly north. And I just keep adding to the things to do for these poor people. Let's bring that road all the way up here. Well, yeah, let's just bring it straight up here for now. And then we'll probably just attach it, because the diagonal doesn't do us a whole lot of good. So they'll probably just walk straight up anyway. Coming along. Coming along. Autumn looks good. I like the changing colors. I wouldn't mind seeing more reds and oranges, but again, that's because I'm in Michigan, and the fall in Michigan, I'll tell you, is about second to none in the entire world. It is so gorgeous, especially the further north you go. So I guess maybe I'm a little bit of an autumn snob, if there is such a thing. The fall colors are just gorgeous here, so I wouldn't mind seeing a little more colors. Maybe they'll patch that in, or Luke, I believe the gentleman's name is. Maybe he'll patch that in as he goes on with the game. But as it's just been released, clearly I don't think that additional content is something we need to worry about. We need to figure out how to play the game first. And it looks like our area has been cleared of all the trees. And now, so our laborers can move on and do the other things. There's some deer. So now we're going to start planting. We've got, what, we have 2 guys here? Yeah, because we have, boy, we could have 12 foresters. Now, obviously, I would assume that the work's going to get done faster the more foresters you have. We have plenty of laborers. Let's pack on 2 more foresters. Let's bring that to 8. I mean, we're not too low right now, which is good. I don't know how long that'll last, though, because I'm guessing the reason we have an excess of lumber is because we just tore down an entire area, and there were a lot of trees there, but it's going to take time for that to come back. And then shortly, I'm going to come in and clear out the rest of those resources. How are we doing? Did we get our iron? It looks like we got our iron, or we're getting our iron right now. I think they already took it already. Well, that's good news. And he's building. Nope. Tailoring. He or she, I don't know who works in here, but we're making coats, hide coats. And it's rolling along. Come back up in here. They've got the footing cleared. They got the stones. They almost have the logs. Trees are falling left and right. And they're going to have this built in no time. And then we'll be able to get some more meat and some more leather. He has reached his limit. And that's what I like to see. That means we can up our limit. And now the log limit will be 300. Because if they don't have anything to do, I'm happy to give them something to do, that's for sure. And I also think that, I don't know if that applies to all of the, I know the limit does, but I don't know that just because that lodge was, had reached its limit. I don't know if it's a total limit or an individual limit. These, again, are things that I'm going to have to look up for you guys so we have an idea. But we got cutting and planting there, cutting and planting up there. We're going to go ahead and remove some resources. We've got plenty of laborers. Let's go ahead and we'll grab stone. Get the stones out of here. Right about to there. And iron. I think we have iron in here. Just in the middle. Good. And we'll keep them going on. I think that's going to do it for now, though, guys. We're going to have these continue to build. And it won't take long before those are up and running. We've got the market down. And then I'm thinking, hopefully soon, we'll put in some more housing for sure. And then maybe we'll look at the... Well, that was the trading post. We'll put the market in. Again, I'm mixing these up. I'll tell you. I'm getting the hang of it. It doesn't sound like it, but ironically enough, I swear that when I'm playing the other map and I'm trying new things and I'm checking things out, I'm right on top of it. And then as soon as I start talking to you guys about what I'm doing, my brain just takes a vacation and I sound like a blithering idiot. So... for now, that's going to do it, though. I want to thank you guys for joining me here again with our build in Banished. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment in the section below. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what I'm doing right and wrong. And we're going to see you next time for another episode of Banished.